Hey folks, welcome to Song Tripping. My name's Jim. If you like this channel, please consider subscribing and hit the like button if you like this video. I want to talk today about Bruce Springsteen's 2007 release, Magic. I first got this album on vinyl shortly after it came out because the lead-off single, Radio Nowhere, it really sort of grabbed me when it was released. I think I first heard it on iTunes. I was listening to more iTunes at the time back then, and it just was like it kind of like pierced through, punctured the kind of attention bubble, and I just really thought this was like a killer single. And on the strength of that, I went and bought the album. I later learned that they released the vinyl of Bruce Springsteen's Magic before the CD came out. They did that so it would qualify for that year's Grammy Awards, and they were shooting for Best Rock Album, I think, but it lost to the Foo Fighters. Anyway, I didn't pick up the CD release until just actually maybe 3 or 4 years ago, when I was kind of collecting a complete run of Bruce Springsteen on CD. I had more of his albums on vinyl than on CD. Well, that's changed now. I pretty much have everything on CD. And I just want to make a few remarks and do kind of like a quick mini review of this album, and to share with you why I think it's one that you might want to revisit or visit for the first time if you're new to it. So it came out in 2007. I really liked Radio Nowhere, and the other song I liked at the time when it came out, I still just absolutely love this song. It's called Girls in Their Summer Clothes. Just a kind of poignant type of almost like a kind of rock ballad, pop, almost with a Beach Boys type of flavor to it. It's like it's Bruce doing his take on a Beach Boys kind of song structure. But so those two were standouts. But my first impressions of the album it's very loud. So I want to talk a little bit about the mastering of the album. A lot of people have been and continue to be highly critical of the mastering job on this. It was mastered by Bob Ludwig, if I'm not mistaken, so he's a famous name. This was probably in the midst of the loudness wars, when CDs got very loud in the 90s into the early 2000s. I think times are a little bit better than that now, but this album is really in your face. It cranks, and it's for some people, me included, it could get kind of fatiguing to listen to it, whether you're listening on headphones or your stereo speakers or in the car. It is quite loud, very highly compressed, and so that's a drawback of the album. But once I got it on CD, and many years later, and listened to it, I found that that loudness problem, while still there, it's very prominent on the CD too. It doesn't bother me as much. Maybe it's because I have hearing loss and I need it to be louder. But I think it's more an issue of the fact that the songs kind of emerge and kind of overtake the deficiencies with the sound quality. Okay, so I can kind of give it a pass, overlook the loudness, because the music is so darn good. So if you like Bruce Springsteen and you haven't heard this album, you treat yourself to it, because it's really strong from start to finish. I'll go through the tracks here: Radio Nowhere, You'll Be Coming Down, Live It in the Future, Your Own Worst Enemy, Gypsy Biker, Girls in Their Summer Clothes, All Work for Your Love, Magic, Last to Die, Long Walk Home, and Devil's Arcade. I would say of that list, the highlights are Radio Nowhere, You'll Be Coming Down, Living in the Future, Your Own Worst Enemy. The first 4 songs is like a great run. Gypsy Biker's good, but maybe not one of the best songs on the album. Girls in Their Summer Clothes, super highlight. And then I would say Magic, the title track, is definitely a haunting, kind of moody, mildly menacing kind of song. So that's a memorable one. And Long Walk Home is another big highlight. But they're all good. They're all good. I've been listening to this album on repeat play for the last 3 days or so, and I'm not tired of any of it. There is also a bonus track, and it's a hidden track on the CD. I don't think it's on the vinyl, and it's a track that's dedicated to this guy, Terry, who was I think he was Bruce Springsteen's bodyguard and a friend of his. So he did this little acoustic type tribute song as a hidden track. So that might be an argument for getting the CD over the vinyl. I think in terms of the mastering problem, it doesn't even matter what format you're on, whether you're streaming vinyl or CD. This album is going to sound pretty much in your face loud. He does include the E Street Band on this one, and they sound in very fine form. Again, they are such a powerful band. Like they can really put out the sound, and it's a real wall of sound kind of production here on this album. But the themes on the album, it came out during the George W. Bush second term, and a lot of people, I read some reviews of it today and from back in the day, and people were kind of comparing it to like what was going on in the culture at the time, and seeing if there's like coded messages about where he's commenting on the political scene and so on and so forth. And that's kind of subtly in the album. It's if you dig for it, you're going to see that Bruce and his writing is definitely responding to the times as most songwriters do. But now, all these years later, it's 2022 when I'm recording this. It doesn't feel like a topical album at all. Like it just feels more like a middle-age album. Bruce in middle age, kind of taking stock, and kind of there's a maturity to it, and a kind of there's a lot of craft in the songwriting, and but also like these pop hooks. So it's like it's sort of the best of all worlds in that respect. I just wish it wasn't mastered so loud. I wonder if a lot of Bruce Springsteen albums aren't the best mastered. I don't know why that is, but it could be just the nature of the band and how much sound they put out. But this might be a candidate for remixing someday. I wonder if they were thinking about it. But anyway, I just wanted to give my thumbs up on this album. Like it's I don't hear a lot of people talking about it, but it is from start to finish a really strong Bruce Springsteen album, and I hope you get a chance to check it out. Again, that's Song Tripping. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you're interested in more content like this, and I hope to be back soon. Thanks for watching.